GM. Jim, welcome to this week's episode of the Fantasy Top Deck Building Series. I am your host, The Carpenter. Alongside me, as always, Big Brain Frog HK and fellow Big Brain Crab. Crab, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm a little tired. It's been a long week this week for me, but just kind of pushing through but overall been a good week though. How about you?
Doing well, doing well. Um, but yeah, just like you said, you're kind of like pushing through. HK went a little bit without sleep. HK, how is your sleepy self?
Yeah, it's just okay. Because Ramadan started, my schedule's kind of like waking up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., but then can't go to sleep till 8. And then if the kid messes about, then it's like a 9, 10 o'clock at sleep.
Oh no.
And then, yeah. So it's like his sleep's kind of out of loop with mine. So, like, if he does a bit of up down stuff with his own sleep, then it's kind of gonna mess my sleep. But anyways, yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, the week went okay. Got a big game today. Spurs versus Arsenal, Northern Derby. We kind of need to win that, so that's gonna be quite nervously watching that today as well. And yeah, uh, had a good tournament last week. Um, uh, Third in bronze, I think, or silver, or I can't remember which way around it was. A fourth in bronze or something. Yeah, which I don't know which way around it was, but it was that third and fourth.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah,
Well
yeah.
done,
Heck
HJ.
yeah.
How did you guys do?
Let's see. I can't remember exact placements. I had just over point two or so ETH in rewards, but so it was somewhere in the middle, which is I guess on the lower average side for me. But I think I gave myself the upside shot, and for me, just gout didn't come through. I
That's all
really
I
I leveled
was.
up to a legendary gout for this. I thought that at 6 stars that would be the complete piece. I remember in last week's show, I was thinking if I mentioned that if I had a legendary 6 star with all the options we had, maybe I chose the wrong one, but that was what was available for I thought like the most reasonable pricing, and it didn't pay off. But I'll throw them back in this week.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's I kind of had the same kind of issue. With I have a lot of goat, whatever. And yeah, it just this week I'm hitting heavy on Beanie, but I did not. I was doing really well at the beginning, but I swear every time I'm like leading the first day, even sometimes the first day and a half, like I end up not doing so well.
Mm.
But so those make me give me the like big time push for like I'm just gonna really go for it.
Oops.
And oh here, no, you're good. You're good. Keep sharing your screen. I'll fix the overlay.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Where are
I
we?
jumped the gun there.
Nope, you're good. You're good. Overlays. Crap, it messed up because in private chat.
Fine.
Do. Where is it? Dang it. One sec. Here, there it is. Boink. Let me
Is
just
that my
fix this.
screen? I can't. I can't. Oh, that's you choose. I literally have the
Someone.
exact same screen
There
up,
we
and
go.
that's
We're up.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I actually bought two epics last week, and then I saw them this week, and I was like, oh god, like last week didn't turn out well because Jez didn't do well, and I just realized I kind of get forced to play like a certain like whatever Lucas and Nick are in terms of stars. I kind of have to go with that, like whatever odd combination I can do. But I felt like I'd rather just buy more rares, so I sold them and kind of added a few more rares. Like Naive was one that I added because he's been doing really well lately, and I actually added some more cozy commons because as you can see from the 1 and 2 stars this week, he has the highest 7 day score, and he's probably the
I think.
most
I was
reliable.
literally pulling the trigger on a rare as we speak.
Nice.
So, what do you guys think of? Dang it! I just Yano. I think Yano's gonna has the highest upside for 1 stars this week.
Yeah, yeah. As for 1 star, I do think he's probably like I don't really think any of these will like crypto stuff isn't just like doing anything now. Like it's not even trending. Price is just downward, and there's a war threat going on as well in the background, which kind of think people think, oh, the inevitable is going to happen. Crypto's going to crash. and a lot of these people pretty much aren't really going to be posted, right? Like, obviously you have the oh wait, oh yeah, yeah. Obviously you have the outside options of Fapitel and GB. Like they could probably score higher than Yano if they are active. But yeah, I do agree with what you said there. Like, I think Yano's probably, even though I don't think he's like a optimal deck option, I think he's the best 1-star, right? Like if he's posted like yesterday. So what do you think, Crab?
Yeah, I think what you're alluding to really is there might be some high star options, but the reality is it's a matter at the 1 star of who's posting. There's no one that you can really count on, and I think that's the tougher part there. I think I'd probably veer more towards the 2 stars again, and especially with top decks, just I'd feel more comfortable throwing Cozy in there with 1 additional star and taking that from somewhere else.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I actually like Cozy as the option in 2 stars. Like I said, the rest of them I don't really see. Like they could do well. Like Jay did well that 1 week where he came top 10 and was the highest scoring 2-star. But I would consider him, right? But I'd say I like Cozy is like a safer option. But then you kind of do need to pair with someone else. Like OSF is decent, I guess. Because he's largely active. But again, like I said, his chart's always up and down. Like in a tournament, if you get 500 in one post and then 300 in another, and then 200 in another, you probably just get 250, 300 points, right? Like
Yeah.
Zach's pretty consistently posting. Beanie shows some signs that he's back. But again,
Thank goodness. Because I've been going hard on him. Like I have so many of him. I don't burn him. I'm gonna play a bunch of him this week. I hope he does well.
Yeah, I'm hoping the same because I guess you kind of have to decide. Like I'll probably go Cozy Yano in a deck, Cozy Fapital, but then I do and Jay probably as well. But like Lil Moon Lambo hasn't really had a good tournament in a long time. Like if you just look at that flat chart, it doesn't really give you much confidence. Like before Christmas was his last good tournament. Zach's had 1 or 2 decent ones in the past. Like that one was decent. I think that's when his vibe coding stuff was going off. But like I said, since then he hasn't really, and I think that's just a larger trend in crypto, right? Like when interns are 2-star or 1-star, you kind of get these high scores because intern does a lot of meme posting, right? Like stuff that can kind of go viral without, it's not supposed to be educational. Whereas unless you're posting, I don't know if you've seen the TL. Like mine's kind of changed because I post about different stuff now, but it's a lot more what you guys are interested in terms of cloud and all that stuff, right? And literally, like even ISOBeast is posting about that now. Even like no one's even posting crypto related content anymore because they know it doesn't really get that same traction.
ICO Beast yesterday, dude. I like made a comment on his saying this feels satire, and he like kept it going, and then I realized so I started being satire with him, and then I came to find out like it definitely was satire.
It was, yeah.
Like it was so funny, dude. I was like, oh man, like literally the people who aren't big into it yet are realizing that that's the only way to get real engagement. Where ICO Beast gets engagement, how like he can literally just put the letter Z and get engagement, but you know what I mean? It's just
and I think of it, I guess where I think about the trend like that, I don't know if it's, I mean, I feel like the reason is, crypto is on the stage of innovation and pushing things forward, but everything's so quiet. And so I don't feel like it's a super far leap into like the AI integration. I feel like it's just a natural transition given that our niche community is all about trying new things, adopting new technologies. So, and that's just where there's something going on that's interesting and not bleeding portfolios. So, I think it's more natural for to have a lot of people away and then narrative shifting to something else right now.
Yeah, it's typical bear market stuff, right? Like no one really talks about the market because what's there to talk about, right? And the only thing I see on the TL is I think one of the games on I think it's called Moku. That looks interesting.
Yeah, I've been.
I remember Otto was messaging about that to me like literally a month ago, right?
I would say, yeah, because there's a guild that I play Cambria with, my Cambria guild, Nobody Guild. Like we are doing a like kind of like a sponsorship thing with them. And but yeah, seeing ICO Beast and everyone talk about it, that game's actually a lot of fun too. But that's pretty much
Yeah.
it.
And
Right.
and I
Yeah.
guess how this could translate to this week, and what we just have to keep in mind is who are the people that are talking about these narratives and pushing that. And I think that's why we've seen the transition in recent weeks to Legendary,
Yep.
and
Sammy.
Sammy has taken off, and so I think that's just something that we have to keep in mind for
And
Dev.
both have became really consistent, like mid-range heroes.
Yeah,
I
no,
feel like
100%.
more so
Yeah.
Sammy because of again Legendary and his streams, which he won't budge on. But I don't think
Did
he
you end up
can budge on them because of his like all the sponsors and stuff. He has to stream it on all the different accounts. So because they've got a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, I've noticed. It's that bottom bar. You can see all the sponsors that they have on the stream.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Also, at the end of the
if
day, I think
Um,
he's just focusing on distribution and creating content rather than just trying to maximize the score.
yeah,
Absolutely. And
100%.
speaking of streams, I'm gonna take this time for a selfless plug. And it's not even a stream, it's like and that hasn't been fine-tuned yet. We're gonna talk more on Tuesday. But Crab and I are gonna be starting an AI podcast once a day, weekly. And our first guest is gonna be Meta Alchemist. But yeah, just wanted to
Ooh,
get that bug in your guys' ears.
looking forward to that. What one was
Speaking
that
of
again?
content shifts,
Yes.
All right, yeah.
But so what do you guys feel like? Did you guys get into the arenas this last week? Or like since they've been doing the 100 and
No,
I
I've
did, and oh, go ahead, HK.
yeah, I did have a look, and I was about to enter one, but then they were sold out, the 111. I've realized, like, some people probably have tickets from like refunds from a long like that they're just quickly using up, like or like 111 isn't a lot. All it takes is like let's say 15 to 20 people to like average out like at least 5 tickets, and then it's filled up, right? So yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the position I was in this week. I still had my like five tickets there, and no, last week I missed it, given that they shifted down to 111, and so I just made sure I wanted to be really quick this week and make sure I got mine in.
I don't think they're giving tickets away anymore. So that's one thing I like. And so they when you win, you just win USDC, and they made it to where it's not as top heavy, which I feel like it depends on which like the Moonies and people like that are probably like that better because of the bottom line, right? Your ROI. I actually last week I only entered the 3 tickets I already had. This week I actually bought quite a few tickets to enter. Like not a lot, but I bought, I think it was 10 tickets.
How many entries? Oh, did you had 10?
Yeah, I think I did 12 total entries, 13 total entries. Let me look actually. Arcade arenas. I did. Where did this show? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 entries. Mooney has 14, Sap has 10, and then Gamba Don Freddy, I don't know him, has 12. But like HK was saying, really like it just takes a few people like making those big, because you got to think that 14, 12, 26, 36 plus my 9 is 45 entries right there just in 4 people, which is nice because well, depends on which way you look at it, but at least this way it's always gonna fill, right? Or should always fill.
Yeah, no, because I remember, what was it, a couple weeks ago, and the 333 normal didn't fill, and yeah, that just puts it in a position that it moves forward and is on the conservative side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then are you guys
agreed.
still hit how many entries you guys put into like Koth, King of the Hill? I've been putting like 3 usually into that.
Oh, honestly, I always just do 1 or 2, and I think for me, that's not how I see like the maximum outcome. I like to do it for fun from just a
Okay.
standpoint of just really trying to guess and
Yep.
and see how that one prediction does. But not that I wouldn't say that's the optimal strategy, but
No, yeah, I hedge anything. Like I use that for any cards I don't have or that are like I'm priced out of, right?
Oh,
That
good
I'm
call.
like I try and go with that.
That's definitely an interesting. I didn't think of that.
Heck yeah.
I've
Do
done
you-
that quite a bit for sure. The hedging.
the
How many
hedging.
how many
So now I
entries
have
do
one.
you typically do, HK?
Oh, I did 30 last week, and I didn't get any. So
Holy
Oh,
cow!
really?
You did
yeah,
30? I thought, man,
yeah.
I thought I was doing a lot.
I did a lot just because I had cards left over that I couldn't play in decks, and I burnt them all for frags, and I was like, I might as well do it, right? Like it was
Yeah.
nothing beyond that, right? Like I don't even play King of the Hill as much. But I just for once I had a bit of time before the tournament started, and I was like, okay, I'll just burn a few of these cards that I can't fit into decks because most of them are priced near floor. So I kind of was like, oh, I don't even want to like bother listing or anything. So I just burnt them all. Played King of the Hill, lost it all. Fair enough. But yeah, I usually do like 5 and just try randomizing, like no strategy, just randomizing and hope that I've guessed all 10 and win 30k, right? But yeah,
Dude, that'd be sick.
But you've won before, right? And I feel like winning when you can win even once, the payoff is so
Oh,
big
yeah.
that it usually pays for all those weeks of missing out. So
yeah, I think I won one, but it was a sharing one. Like I didn't win it outright, so I didn't get the big, massive 5-figure frags, but it was okay. It was pretty decent.
what
I
did you
always
end up
treat it
taking
as
home?
what was that again?
What did you end up taking home on that?
I think 1,500 to 2,000, and it was
That's
only
not
on like a few entries, so it wasn't the worst. But yeah, no, like it was pretty decent. I know the Maltz won it a few times, I think.
Oh yeah, and he's won
Like,
it outright once for like 20 or 30k.
yeah, that was pretty wild, and he didn't even know until he got the frags. Like, imagine
Exactly,
that.
man.
He
What a
thought he was
nice
good.
surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, and one thing, or go ahead, HK, and then I'll go.
I was just gonna say, like, Tom won the parlay, like 350k frags. I don't know how they're
Wait,
gonna
you say
pay him that.
350k frags?
Yeah, yeah.
How the hell
Because
did he pull that off? Like, was it like a 10 leg?
what it is, it's like a 9 or 10, and then you do the combination of all, and they all hit. Now he's
Wow.
kind of just keeping an eye on that Zilly account if they buy cards back and pay him, right? Because you have to pay him right now. So it's yeah, it's gonna be wild when he has like 350k. So he's probably gonna open what's that? 3,500 cards at once.
Jesus.
I was gonna say, can he cash out? Like, is that the only way? Just rip
Yeah,
packs.
rip packs, yeah.
I
Currently.
think yeah, I think you probably go
for frag.
lavender packs and hope you hit a few legendaries
Oh,
that you
yeah.
can help you
I
with more.
think
That's definitely what I
100%.
would do. Go
I think
lavender.
plus even so, like with an inventory of that many cards, what would be 35? You say 350k?
Yeah, 350k
Yeah.
frags.
That's
Yeah.
35,000 cards. Oh no, it isn't. That's
No,
3,500.
3,500. That's still
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an absolute I mean, granted, I haven't like been building my deck up out of just like pure quantity, but even so, like let's see, how many do I have here?
Dude,
I
honestly,
have
he could
like
just open
600-ish
Jades.
cards.
Holy shit. I have like
No,
pushing 300.
I'm saying that like 600, I feel like I have a decent distribution
Oh,
I
you
have
have a
of different
shoot.
characters, but all of a sudden you go from 0 to 3,501. Like, what do you even do with that? I mean, I would say, yeah,
You
have
need
go
to create a
lavender.
bot to like enter your stuff because like
Yeah, the app would probably crash. Like if he was just trying to do like a
you'd have to
mass
do it.
burn.
You'd have to do it in like whatever it's called. So many even opening it, you couldn't open like I don't think you could open that many. You'd have to do like maybe 50 at a time or something.
Yeah, I think if you did lavender, I think you'd be able to open
Oh,
them at
lavender,
once.
yeah.
Like you'd probably
So
get like a Greg legendary or something, but
Vis-a-vis is one of like the highest quantity card. Like he always has
Oh
like
yeah,
tons
because he
of
had that bot
submissions.
for a while too.
For context, he has about 6,500 cards. So
Wait, what?
yeah, no, I just looked it up because out of
Woo!
curiosity to find my like comparison. So it's
Bro. That is nuts. But so like I'm curious, is like was it like a loophole that he found, or how did he like
no,
get
I think
for all the
everyone
hits?
was everyone was expecting to like not really hit on these parlays because let's be honest, like to hit on a combination of different predictions, right? It's very rare, right?
Yeah.
So then I think a lot of people just lost out on like 2, like at least, but then there's always that small chance that something crazy happens, and that happened in the first round, right?
Yeah.
His
So what
is-
I'm wondering is, wasn't there enough losses to cover his win?
No, I think what they said is they'll cover the wins this first week or something. That's why everyone was going crazy on parlays. Like they said they'd buy back the cards. So everyone was just going
Oh,
crazy on the
yeah.
parlays, right? Like I didn't even know this. I didn't even try. So
I
but
tried
like
one parlay and every
I
single
think
leg lost.
Tom, a few others, like they actually like were trying. And Tom's one of those players that wins
He's
a
a
lot of
whole
ETH as
high
well.
volume, bro. Like he
He
goes
wins
high
a lot of ETH
volume.
in tournaments generally. Like this is like I think it comes out to like 2.2 ETH if you convert it. Like pretty wild.
Wait, that
But yeah,
what did that his frag win?
I think so. I think 350k frags. If you
Oh yeah,
actually,
it'd have to
I
be
might just be
close to
chatting
that.
there, but let me just check.
Assuming
So,
liquidity.
Yeah.
yeah, actually it says 1.4 ETH if all over my commons, right? Like really
Okay,
bad
yeah.
commons.
Which the likelihood that they're all commons, even if he went all jades, I think he would hit for sure multiple rares and probably even some legend or not legendaries. He might hit
That
a
many?
legendary.
Oh,
But
I
he would-
guarantee he gets
Epics for
legendaries.
sure.
Epics.
Epics for
Yeah.
sure. And probably
Lav-
one or two legendaries.
I would imagine
Yeah.
for sure.
And if he goes lavender, you know he's hitting some legendaries.
100%. But I think he's probably thinking of it. Okay, it's just some additional investment I get back to winning more tournaments for the next 18 weeks, probably. Because it's very hard to sell cards. Let's be
How many
honest. I
weeks
think
left? 18.
18
I don't
tournaments.
sell cards. I just
Um,
if you look at my activity, man, I've just been like I even went on that stint where I swept like a bunch. I like the leftover ETH I had in the account. I just swept a crap ton and bought a bunch of frags and cracked packs and
all right,
like,
yeah.
like I'm just
Yeah.
yeah. I literally went like last week was the highest amount of like I always usually put in like 20 decks. I always have since the beginning, you know. Well, since like week 10. Before that, like I wasn't before us starting our show, I wasn't like I didn't feel as well prepared. So I'd do like 10 decks in the first like 5 weeks, and then after that I went into like 20. But last week I went way like maybe 25, 30 was my max prior to last week. Last week I did almost like 60 decks.
Dang. Yeah, that was probably about me too. I think it was easier to fit in more decks, and that's why I kind of went for it. I think
Yeah.
over
last week,
time,
absolutely.
at the beginning, like I would just submit a ton of decks and then realize that like so many were out of the money that I just ended up like wasting time by trying to submit the extra like 30 or 40. So I would trim it down. But last week, just with the star options, I went a little bit heavier as well.
What do you guys think of the threes this week? 'Cause
I
feel
think
like
there's a couple
not
good
many
options.
enough.
I would have
stand
said
out.
DCF God,
is my guy.
and Merp. But
Merp for sure. But he's
how was
been
Merp
weird
doing
lately.
last week?
Sorry.
And you guys know Fapital real quick on the 1-stars. You know Fapital, I don't know if his account got shadow banned or something, but he's not been posting from that. He has another account, I guess.
Yeah,
He
that's what
did
something
come
else.
back. He did come back after that other account was active and there was I feel like that situation was resolved. He came
Is he
back for a
still
bit
posting?
and then no, not recently. You're right
So he's
about that
back
for
to his
sure.
other account.
Yeah, he's a right high risk card I like to play, but like I said, I mean, when we
I got
took
rid of
the
my
1-star,
rare of
like,
him just
most
now.
of them are pretty much high risk other than Yano, right? Like
Oh yeah, no, yeah, but
and
he's
yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff he can talk about too with the AI integrations coming and stuff like and he's the owner of I don't remember if it's the Block or Blockworks, one of the two. I think it's the Block.
Yeah, it's the block. I think.
Merp,
Yeah, you guys are right. Like he's a bit weird. Like you can really go off, but then you can.
Yeah, I like Merp though. Remember when we had him on the deck building series? Like,
yeah, no, Merp's great.
I love Merp, man. He's just such a good dude too.
Taiki, Cyrus. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like it's just a bit random. You get what I mean? Like there's
This
not
week
really
is.
someone that's no one really has a good 7-day score that's like right at the top, right? So no
Yeah,
one's
it's
really
all
hit a banger.
inconsistent.
It's all like probably inconsistency across the board, right? Like
Oh, absolutely.
UW. Like I almost think like DCF looks like probably the better option, given that like there's that peak at 800. But then he might have 3 days of this, right? Like you just don't know. But I do think, like I said, this week's a bit more tough because last week there was a lot of more like, okay, clarity as was intern, right? Like Vo said she was going to post, right? Like this week is just a bit cozy, and I don't know who else to pair him up with, especially in the low stars. But
I kind of like Zach because with the AI stuff, kicking
Zach,
off, I feel like he's
mm,
good at being able to like capture trends sometimes. And since he's already been big into the AI stuff in the past, I think he might. I'm surprised he hasn't started doing the seed dance stuff already because you know he was making his videos before. Um,
yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't started doing that again with the better quality of generation there is now.
But I was thinking about on that stuff. Like, I think videos really need to be quoted a lot for them to do good. Um,
Quoted, yeah.
yeah, like as in like a quote retweet rather than just
Yep.
a comment, like right.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I think generally, like even Clem, I think his videos go viral when the others big accounts
Oh,
quote, and
absolutely.
and then it kind of just takes off, right? But yeah, I do think Zach's like a safer option. I was just looking at my score because obviously I've kind of like pivoted content lately. It's all football, like like if you see like Arsenal all over my TL, it's just me ranting probably. But I've got the FDF affiliate
I've
now
learned
as
a
well.
lot about soccer from your account, to be honest.
Like the
Well,
funny thing is,
rule
like,
number one is it's called football. So
Wait, what
yeah,
is you mean like American like throwing the ball football?
no. I was saying
Oh, I
you
know.
said you
well,
learned a lot, and I was saying that well, the first thing you should learn is called football. That's what I was.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
The
I
funny
can
thing is,
never call it or football because of the time when like I was on Farouk's thing and said something to him and I'm like, it's you mean soccer? And the exchange pretty much happened to where I vowed never to say it. But yeah. And
yeah,
surprisingly, he was joking around. He's like, and then I'm unfollowing you, but he didn't unfollow me, so we're good.
yeah. I think part of the reason was because obviously I play FDF. I'm an affiliate now as well, so like not part of the team, just like
Oh, you have a badge and
affiliate.
stuff?
Yeah, yeah. So I've got a
Oh,
badge,
let's
and
go.
so part of that just makes me think, you know what, like I'd rather just post what's more interesting to me right now, and that's football, right? And I play FDF, so it kind of just works nicely in sync. That sort of things.
I
And I
pulled
feel
one of
like
your
maybe,
rares this week too.
yeah, that's nice. Like I said, I mean, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be posting a lot. There's Champions League happening on Tuesday and Wednesday, so
Wait,
that
one
kind
more
of gives me
time.
more.
What happens Tuesday, Wednesday?
It's like the European competition where all the clubs in Europe compete,
Oh,
right?
nice.
Like it's like the big competition.
Yep.
And there's a few good games on Tuesday, Wednesday, so I'll be active then. And then the funny thing is like with my crypto content, I feel like it's there's only so much you can post about, right? Like until no one really cares
Ah,
about what Bitcoin does and stuff. And I'm not really much into like as much as you guys are into the AI stuff, but like this is my football content. Like Tyler Durden was commenting on it, like clearly doesn't care about crypto, but he cares about whether Arsenal are going to win tonight, right? Like,
yeah.
even like Star Platinum, he was commenting on one of my posts as well. But so I think it's more just like I feel like I'd rather post something where it's probably not crypto, but I enjoy it at least, and then some people that crypto followers might be interested in it. Yeah,
Well,
majority of
and
them
you'll
won't be
you'll
probably.
branch out too. Like you'll get some normie followers.
Yeah, yeah. I've been trying to like follow as much as like fan accounts as possible, just to like potentially have that chance to branch out. But yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, for me, like on a week-to-week basis, I'm watching the football games, playing FDF, and this sort of stuff just makes sense for me in the current state of the market. Like I said, I don't see myself shifting to like crypto content until like I've been hearing Bitcoin's gonna go down to 40K at some point this year, right? Like there's a war pending as well with Iran and US again. So it's like things aren't looking great, right? So I just feel like I'd rather shift focus and also fancy, like I said, we know calls coming to an end in 18 weeks. So yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, there's not been an article for a few weeks as well. Sorry about that, guys. But
I know you put a lot of time in those articles as well. But
yeah, it's pretty time consuming.
I'm sure
Kind
it'll
of
lead
covers
to a
all
lot
football.
more unique deck a lot more
I
unique
bet it
deck
does.
building now that everybody doesn't have the same guide to go to every single week.
Heck yeah. That's why
100%,
like
yeah.
we have more of a alpha now. Like
Well, they have to watch the show,
Trav
right?
and I do.
I think if they watch the show, they'd get capture a lot of it anyways.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I
Which
quickly go
speaking
through.
of that,
Go on.
or go ahead and then I'll ask.
I was just going to sort of quickly go through 4 and 5, just kind of crabs.
Okay, yeah,
shot
yep, that's what I was
time,
gonna
yeah.
ask.
But yeah, no, like I said, 4 and 5 again. You can see like the usual like crypto posters, like Walls, D's, Loki, NFTs, Bandit, general shit posters. A lot of them aren't doing as good in terms of like ceiling. Like Ram, he's at he does meme coins. Like I almost would prefer doing someone like Psycho who might have a viral comment on crypto more sort of than in terms of ceiling, right? I'm talking here, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I do think like Wizard
I
probably.
like Wizard.
Luke Cannon because of the low follow account.
I went heavy in both of them, Luke and
like
oh
it
boy.
doesn't. Again, this doesn't give me much confidence as well. What do you guys think? Like, there's not really like a standout option.
I 100% agree. I was literally thinking the same thing. It's just a matter of I could see. I think it's a matter of like luck. Somebody could go off, but I don't think that there's a clear option. Even
Oh, no, there's not.
historically high options like Ansem and Unipieces have just been kind of trending towards the middle, and you can't necessarily count on towards the
Oh
upside.
wow!
Yeah,
Ansem
no, he's
fire.
down there.
Yeah,
And so
he's
normally
not
you'd think like
a
that's a lock
go-to.
for 7 or 8, but even last week he
Nope.
was a 6, and he's
Yeah.
trend. There's if you look at his 24-hour, he is like touching against the 800 a bunch, and so he's still
He
like
sold his
relatively
account. No, I'm just kidding.
active. but also like even if you look at Luke Cannon or Mercury, it's kind of the same thing where they're pushing up against that same high level, and so it's one of those. The upside's obviously there, but
That's how you can really tell we're in a bear market.
Yeah, 100%.
The one thing I will say, my one standout option, I'm gonna go back to Gout for this, because the reality is he's a 5-star, and he's the one that has actually, aside from last week, has been placing in that top.
And he gets outside of norm or crypto.
I like Tony as well. I feel like Tony's another one where he doesn't really care about what's happening in the crypto world, and he'll just post something like, I don't know, look, maxing is quite trending on CT now. He'll probably comment on that stuff, right? Like, and that go viral. I think Tony and Gout are 2 that I'll probably consider in good decks, just because I think one will probably have a good chance of going viral, and I think like Ansem posting about the next Hyperliquid or something won't even get like that decent level of engagement.
Because everyone's gone, like except for the builders and the creators, everyone's gone in the space. Like, I'm not lying. Like, even look at some of the streams, like Modern Market streams. They weren't getting the numbers until they started talking about AI.
I like Axe. I like Axe, I'd say. Just because I think he's controversial more than anything.
I like Axe because he's a 5-star. I don't like Tony because I don't have access to him, so I'll use him in my King of the Hill decks to, like we were talking about earlier. To hedge.
Sammy. I think Sammy's one that.
Sammy's
right?
Definitely. I love Sammy.
If he hits like a good, and he posts quite early, which is quite nice to see a score good early on, right? Like,
and he posts. He owns Calamita Research or whatever the heck it is.
I heard of that.
And he builds a lot. Speaking of that, Tau. I am trying to freaking. Either of you guys know how to buy Tau. I don't think you can buy it on this decentralized exchange. You have to buy it on the SEX, because I've been trying to buy Tau. Everyone's been talking about. Nev's been talking about. Yeah, it's basically like AI Bitcoin is what they're calling it.
AI layer 1. But to be honest, I haven't been following the timeline this last week just because I've been so out of the loop.
I'm not buying yet. I'm not buying any alts until Bitcoin bottoms, to be honest. I'm not.
I'm buying Tau just because I bought 60 cents a Tau or $6 a Tau the other day. That's all I had on a central exchange at the point, because you can't buy it on a decentralized exchange, and all my cryptos like on a decentralized exchange. Not your keys, not your crypto.
Whale
so it topped at 216, 176. I'm just having a look at the daily chart quickly. Yeah, it seems to be pretty bombed. Like, even I would probably buy at this point, to be honest, because it went to 1,000 nearly at some point. But
and they're saying it can be go up to. So here's some crypto alpha, not just fancy stuff alpha for you guys. on the show is the Tau could they're saying it could go, like what was that one that went crazy? Zcash.
Dex,
They're saying it could be
Zcash.
like Zcash again, but like actually hold up. Because and
Yeah.
Sammy's been talking about it. Sammy has a huge article about it. And what I like about Sammy is he's deployed his agents to do a bunch of his research and like actually like bring up his workflow. And he's been like, or make his workflow better. Like he's able to bring out more research. And that's another reason I like him in fantasy. And also I have noties on for him, even outside of the tournament and stuff. Because I think Tau's going to be a good buy. I wish I wouldn't have talked about it yet because I still have to buy some more. And I've only bought $6 worth, so that doesn't really have any.
Yeah, no, I'm silent. Like I deposited to a decent bag on the Nado, Ink Chain, Perps Dex Vault, and I think
What the
that's
heck
probably
is
the best
that?
play. So you have Perp Dexes, right? And then they have a vault where you can just deposit stables, and it earns you a return on your stables, and you get your Ink Chain airdrop and Nado, which is a Perp Dex, right? So you get
nice.
2 airdrops a bit on the back of that.
Did you hear
I'll do
about? I need to
something like
be in
that
the open or on. I need to get into Outsiders more. Shout out to the Outsiders and shout out to Crab being officially part of the Outsiders now.
All right, yeah, Crabs. I saw the message.
Yeah, no, I need to after today. At the end of today is my major stretch, and so I can dive back in and be more and get active after today. But
Heck yeah.
yes, thank you for the invite.
Yes, sir. Yeah. That's the Outsiders is legit where I get everything. Like, and that's just a cool. Like everyone's Chad's in there, man. Like,
yeah, I think that's good.
A goat.
I like how it's kind of covers a lot of areas, and I think that
even trading
alongside,
cards.
yeah, exactly, and I think that alongside Taiki's Discord admin, I kind of cover most crypto base, and then I've got like a base AI agent, coins chat where people are aping into like so many coins a day.
Where the heck you need to get us into that chat?
They all gated. That's the issue. Like you have to pay for like a membership.
Oh, I hate paid chats.
I don't mind them if it's good, right? Like
I just feel like there's so many of them, and some of them are scams. But like you said, like as long as they're good ones. But yeah.
I use it more for just coverage of information. I feel like sometimes it's so hard to like go out there and search what's trending and stuff. And I think
get yourself an agent, brother. I'm just
God.
with you. But...
I don't know if you saw. I don't know if after the show I'll probably show you guys, but Vol Leonardis, the fantasy top hero, had a really good post, and that was basically me. Like, but I'll show you after the stream. But I think quickly, I'm just gonna discuss 6 stars like very quickly because I know we're running over here. But yeah, the 6 stars, like I said, it's like last week where we had a lot of options. We didn't know who was going to do the best, and actually, Hart was the one that did the best, right? Like, none of us even mentioned her, right?
Wild.
Or him, sorry. I do think it's going to be the same again. Like, on paper, I think Tyler Durden's a good option, Nick's a good option, Jesse, but like, I Based on might do well, like he's just shit posting, right? Wei Wu might do better than all of these. So, and Hugo, I just mentioned that. So I don't want to go too much detail there, but yeah, I'll to Crab now. What do you think?
I think what I'd add, like, I think that you're on the right track and we're on relatively the same page. I think just to kind of sum up the way I'm thinking about this week relative to last week, I felt like there were some very core players that we knew were going to play a huge part. Like the Waz and the 2 and 3 stars were huge last week. And so being able to fit the intern and Waz into your deck was almost like a core starting point. And then it was like, what can fit around that? This week, it just seems like crazy high variance. There will obviously be people that pull away and become the difference maker, but I don't think any of them will be like, that was obvious in hindsight. I think it's about spreading options this week and really just having different combinations. I have one strong deck that I'm really excited about for platinum, but that's also just based on what I have with relation to epics and legendaries. So the reality is we'll see. High variance this week. I'm going to really switch it up, where last week I was very tight with my core and then just built around that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Cochrane at 7. I should mention that politics is still hot. He didn't do as well last week because he wasn't feeling well till the back end of the weekend, which we didn't really pick up. But he's already hit 1,000 points like literally a day or two ago on a post, went viral. As a 7-star, one less than an 8-star. I think there's a bit of an advantage there if you do have him. So I do think Cochrane's going to be like a core piece. Probably Adam Cochrane and Cozy as a centerpiece to most decks, and see what I can do with that basically.
Those are in my top platinum deck, right? At that. And I also like, I know we don't normally highlight 8-stars. I think just from a trending, we've talked about some players that have dropped off that we used to be able to count on up there. I think that Jack and Star Platinum, like if you look at their consistency in terms of, they've always had that upside, but in terms of consistency of being up there, they've really done a fantastic job. And whether you look at their 24-hour, their 7-day, or just their tournament finishes in terms of all recent, they're just on the top of all of them. So I feel like where Star Platinum, I used to think like, oh, he's going to be 800 or above. Now I'm thinking he's 9. I'm like locking him in.
He's
900,
amazing.
950. I think that's one of those like recent algo changes. And for him, where Jack, I think, has just revamped and gotten after it again.
Yep. And Star and Jack both so real quick on Jack. Jack originally said, and I remember when he said it, right? Like saying, hey, I'm going to be this, like the top streamer for crypto Twitter. But then now, like talking to him on the timeline the other day, he is not like most people set goals. They hit that goal and then they just ride for a little bit. Jack's always pushing forward. Now he went from, being a streamer, a good streamer, to being the best in CT, to now like a normie streamer. And now his goal is to become a Mr. Beast, to be employed by Mr. Beast. And I honest to God think he's going to do it. Anything that Jack puts his mind to, he crushes. So like, I guarantee he's working for Mr. Beast in the next 6 months.
That's a good mindset call out. And also, I think one other thing to contribute to his score recently, you have to think about where these heroes are at in terms of their progression and in their following, where Jack is not super new or anything, but he's in this building phase where he's getting a lot of new followers that all drive views, and so he has like a very high retention on a medium-sized base, where something like Ansem, where that was at the top before, has an absolute ton of followers, but maybe that retention isn't as high right now. And even if the views are higher, it's really negating off of such a high base. So I feel like Jack is in that sweet spot where he's aggressive, he's active, but also building and has a really high viewership to follower base.
Yeah, absolutely. No, like Ansem probably will get high impressions, but I think Jack's engagement rate is probably like off the roof right now. And that percentage is key, because I think you can get a post that does well, which doesn't really get much engagement, but I think you get paid off how much engagement you get from verified accounts, and Jack's been getting a lot of engagement because of his ride of the clips. But yeah, no, I think you guys are right. I think the 8-stars. Star Jack, I pretty much set stone top 5 recently. I do think Cochrane at 7 is an opportunity. Cozy at 2. You mentioned the rest of the star ranges. I think we all agree that it's going to be a high variance. There's not really ones that you definitely need in your deck, right? So it definitely will mean there's going to be a few surprises in there, right? We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Unless you guys want to add anything else.
No, I think that's a good summary.
Holy cow. Just random thing before we get off. So, how all these people are on the timeline, like being super satire about like needing a bajillion of everything. I love you too, buddy. Now I just seen that Kamal, which I really like Kamal's content, top tier shit poster, but he's like posted a picture of this Apple Mac Pro 28 core, 1.5 terabyte RAM, 56 terabyte SSD, and for 60 freaking grand. Like, he's like, imagine all the apps I could vibe code with this bad boy. Like, Jesus,
running
man.
all the models.
Yeah, all the models all at once locally. And each model has 75.93 sub agents, and each sub agent has their own sub agents, right? And then still you have only used half of its capacity.
I guess I have some upgrading to do.
Yep.
I think I've been building, but I'm not there yet.
Dude, literally, this is my version of the Mac Mini. Come here. we're just gonna. I don't think I'm running anything on. our
Is your
camera.
camera frozen? I think.
Look, so this is
It
what
might
I
be.
run.
You might be frozen, Carp.
I think your camera's frozen.
No, is my camera frozen? No, I'm back.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, so this is mine. Like this is the what I've been running. 'Cause I'm a Windows guy through and through. I know it's super unpopular. I despise the UX UI of Apple. I don't like it. So I went with this instead. Like what's his name and I can't believe I just said what's his name. Meta, Alchemist and I, who's like my goat, like trying to apprentice under him, has said, you know, the move might be to get one of the cheaper mini PCs to do it. But since I want to run locally, I got one of these. I love you too. I love you too, buddy. My son keeps screaming, I love you. But yeah, I got these in the Teak Centers, wherever the camera is. But yeah, this is my mini that I'm setting up with OpenClaw. But yeah, we'll get more into that AI kind of stuff. I love you too, buddy. Hold on. But yeah, on Crab and Ice AI stream when it starts. But I know HK and Crab and I all need to bounce real quick. I love you too, buddy. Hold on. But yeah, thank you guys for a great show. Crab, you're goated. HK, you're goated. Yeah. So
It's been an
all right.
absolute pleasure to run this show with you guys. I've had an awesome time getting to know you guys. I've loved doing this for sure.
Yeah, gents. All right. Likewise, we will. Oh, Bubba, I think my son just freaking smoke bombed me. Just walked right by me and tooted. Oh, accent. But thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys. I thought I had stopped this already. My bad. Yeah, thank you guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Crab, HK, if you can hang out in the green room for a little bit afterwards. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.